In the face of adversity, an industry emerged as an unstoppable force showing no signs of slowdown. This very industry surged to unprecedented heights during the global coronavirus outbreak. Still guessing what we're talking about? It's the online gaming industry. In this episode of The Third Empire, we will delve into this captivating journey. We unravel how the pandemic became the catalyst for the online gaming industry's meteoric rise, forever altering the landscape of interactive entertainment. Let's begin. You're watching Informed Investor, The Third Empire, and initiated by Research and Ranking. The online gaming industry has seen unprecedented growth over the past few years. With the rise of digital technology, gaming has moved from a niche hobby to a mainstream activity, with millions of players from all over the world engaging in all types of games. What began as a means of escape and entertainment quickly transformed into a cultural phenomenon, reshaping the way we perceive gaming and catapulting it into the forefront of popular culture. The growth of the gaming has developed through the introduction of new platforms, the expansion of mobile gaming, and the success of the massive multiplayer online games, all of which have helped create a vibrant and ever growing gaming market. The gaming industry can be classified into multiple categories. Casual gaming are games that are played across devices and do not involve real money or monetary rewards. Examples for this include Candy Crush, Ludo King, PUBG, FIFA, etc. Secondly, we have real money games or RMG. These are usually card and casual based games played online in which real money is wagered on the outcome of the game and a monetary prize is received. Examples for this include poker, teen patti, multi-gaming platforms like MPL, etc. Next up is the online fantasy sports. These games involve the participants to make virtual teams online and get rewards from an overall prize pool based on the points accrued for the particular match or event. Examples for this include daily and season-long fantasy sports like Dream 11, My Team 11, MPL, etc. Lastly, we have esports. Esports is a category which requires competitive gameplay and skill, usually in the form of a tournament or league format. It has gained popularity with youth consequently and has become an attractive option for brands to popularize their games. Examples for this include tournaments of PUBG, F1 racing, Call of Duty, etc. The Indian gaming industry in India has seen tremendous growth during the coronavirus outbreak when the government announced a nationwide lockdown and people started spending most of the time on digital platforms or online games. The gaming industry was estimated at 2.2 billion in 2021 and is expected to hit 7 billion by 2026 and $8.6 billion by 2027. This, my friends, equates to a growth of more than 3x in the next 5 years. Even the categories we mentioned before are expected to show a compounded annual growth rate of double-digit figures, demonstrating its potential for growth. It is now considered as one of the fastest growing industries in the world and supports other industries such as IT, animation, etc. Now yes, IPL games have garnered much attention from us. But did you know IPL, which is the second most valued sporting league in the world with a per match value of $16 million, has aided the growth of fantasy sports segment in India? As you're aware, cricket is considered a religion in India and people take their interest towards their teams and players very seriously. Much of the growing popularity of fantasy sports can be attributed to the IPL cricket tournament. IPL contributes to nearly 35 to 40% of the overall annual revenue that fantasy gaming platforms earn. With over 13 crore users in India has the largest fantasy sports market globally, with two companies even earning the unicorn status in recent times. Fantasy gaming companies have also ramped up their marketing efforts during the IPL season to draw more users and retain them on their platforms. Take the example of Dream 11 being the title sponsor for IPL, which also recently won the Indian jersey sports rights at a price of 350 crores. Likewise, MPL, another gaming company, sponsored IPL teams like RCB and KKR. India has emerged as a dominant force in the world of online gaming, attracting not only players but also significant foreign investments. The surge in popularity has caused a whirlwind of excitement among investors, resulting in a flurry of mergers, acquisitions, private equity, and venture capital investments. One notable milestone is the groundbreaking initial public offering by Nazara Technologies, making it the first Indian gaming company to go public. During its IPO, the company issued over 5 million shares, which were quickly snapped up by eager investors. The stock opened at a staggering price, generating a listing gain of a whopping 81% for early shareholders. And the success of Nazara Technologies is just one example of the immense potential of the Indian gaming industry. Over the past 5 years, Indian gaming companies have secured a remarkable 2.8 billion in funding from both domestic and global investors, representing 3% of the overall startup funding in the country. Funding is up 380% from 2019 and up 23% from 2020. Being a merely 3% in India, there is immense potential for it to grow further. With funding skyrocketing and investor interest growing, the Indian gaming market is poised for even greater expansion. These investments will not only fuel the growth of gaming companies but also nurture a culture of entrepreneurship and innovation. However, for the industry to flourish, reasonable taxation is also required, which doesn't seem to be the case right now. It would be interesting to see how the recent GST implementation will impact investment flows into the gaming industry, as many industry experts consider to be a roadblock. In September 2022, the High Court ruled in favor of the gaming industry, as online gaming is separate and does not come under the ambit of gambling. The High Court clearly ruled out the difference between the game of skill and a game of chance. The main test to determine whether a game amounts to gambling or not is whether it is a game of chance or skill. Games of chance are those where the winner is predominantly determined by luck. The result of the game is entirely uncertain, and a person is unable to influence such a result by his mental or physical skill. On the other hand, a game of skill is influenced by the expertise, knowledge, and training of the player. In India, games of chance fall under the category of gambling and are generally prohibited, while the games of skill falling outside the ambit of gambling are usually exempted. And thus, all these companies were entitled to a GST of 18% so far. But now, with the recent development at the 50th meeting of the GST Council, the decision was taken to impose a 28% GST from the earlier 18% on online gaming, which could pose a serious blow to the entire e-gaming industry. What's even more disheartening is that the 28% GST will be on the entire pool amount. Let's try to simplify this with an example for better understanding. So before, the rules were such: if a participant enters a gaming event with an entry fee of Rs 100, the gaming company would charge 20% commission, which is its gross gaming revenue, and on that 20% charged, it would pay 18% GST to the government. So GST would be a mere 3.6 rupees, which is 18% GST of the 20 rupees, and the balance is revenue to the gaming company. With the inclusion of the new rules, the GST has been increased from 18 to 28%, the highest slab of tax rates, and this 28% would be on the entire CEA or the contest entry amount and not on the commission charged by the company. So now, if a participant enters the gaming event with Rs 100 as entry fee, the company will be entitled to pay a 28% GST on the entire amount. Hence, on a pot of Rs 100, the company will have to deduct 28 rupees as GST first. And the pot of potential winnings for a customer will also drop drastically, and after the gaming company takes its commission, the earnings will be taxed at 30% as TDS. The entire gaming industry will be imposed with a 28% GST on the platform fee plus a 30% TDS on the winning amount by the participant, without making the distinction between games of skill and games of chance. A higher taxation on the complete amount paid by the participant for entering the game will not only put additional burden on the online gaming startups but also discourage players from playing. The online gaming industry, which so far witnessed a meteoric rise on the back of the pandemic, perhaps met its worst fate with the new change in tax implementations. Many industry experts have expressed their displeasure with the new announcement, saying it is very unfortunate and would lead to a nearly 1000% increase in taxation. The drastic increase in taxation, which deviates from internationally accepted practices, is seen as catastrophic for the industry. This would in turn lead to many startups either shutting down, leading to layoffs, and moreover affecting the $2.5 billion of FDIs into the sector, jeopardizing any further inflows. A tax burden where taxes exceed revenues will not only make the online gaming industry unviable but will also boost black market operators at the expense of legitimate tax-paying players. With the depletion of prize pool, the math on win probability and return on investment on contest entry fees will change and may adversely impact volume and value of transaction. Even as the industry is still grappling with the new directive, one of the biggest worries is the industry will see a steep decline in the number of players. As per a recent survey by EPWA, more than 60% of the players said they would refrain from playing online games due to the increased tax burden. Given these circumstances, it is crucial for policymakers and industry stakeholders to carefully assess the implications of the new tax implementations on the Indian gaming industry. A balanced approach that ensures sustainable growth, encourages investment, promotes fair taxation, and safeguards the interest of both players and business is necessary to maintain a vibrant and thriving gaming ecosystem in the country. With that, this is me, Rahul Hassan, signing off. Thank you.
Did you like watching this video? Then download our app Informed Investor to watch more such informative and interesting videos.